So back in 20th century, almost 80% of the Indians were vegetarian. But when we talk about 21st century, 75% of the Indians are now non-vegetarian. Why this shift has happened? Why this chart has been completely reversed? Because this idea was sold to us. This idea of non-vegetarian food being the healthiest food, being the highest carrier of protein has been sold to us by medical industry, and not just them, but also media industry and meat industry, because it is obviously going to benefit them. But this is not the actual case, and in this video we are going to learn what are the real benefits of being a vegetarian, and we shall also try to know what is the exact source of protein, if it is really animal based food or plant based food. So without any further ado, let's get started, and also please subscribe to the channel. So the first point is better health. As per the recent survey, it has been found that people consuming non-vegetarian food has higher risk of high cholesterol level, high blood pressure, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, and not just this, they have higher risk of getting prostate cancer than the ones consuming vegetarian food. So yeah, non-vegetarian food does have the adverse effect on your body, whereas plant-based food helps you to fight such diseases, and not just that, it also gives you more healing power. So the second point is plant-based foods are less acidic than that of non-vegetarian food. When we eat non-vegetarian food, it produces heat in your body, and that further activates pith, which further alleviates skin issues, heart issues, all of those things. And also in vegetarian food, it is also about how much of what you should be eating, so the portion is also what matters a lot in your diet. So the third point is positive energy. So food is not just the set of nutrients or source of protein, it is also the energy that we are putting in our system. When we are eating non-vegetarian food, we are also eating fear, we are also eating anger, the depression, the stress, the anxiousness, basically all those emotions that particular animal was going through till the last breath of his life. So yes, we should definitely be checking upon what we are putting in our system. So the fourth point is act of compassion. When you're not killing animals or causing harm to them just for the sake of your food, then obviously you are more wiser and compassionate towards other living beings. So in the fifth point, we are going to discuss three such evidences that are going to prove that humans are supposed to be herbivores instead of omnivores. And the first one is, do you really feel like eating a dead body lying around on the road that you usually have as a part of your non-vegetarian diet? I guess no. Like any other herbivore, we don't also want to eat any dead body lying around. Wherever, if we talk about carnivores, they do really feel like eating the dead bodies lying around on the road, because that is their natural habitat. So the second evidence that I would like to talk about is the teeth structure. So humans have similar kind of teeth structure as that of herbivore animals like cow, like apes, whereas carnivores does not have as same as that of ours. They have the canine teeth and they don't have the chewing teeth like we do have. So they just tear apart their food and then they engulf it without even chewing. Whereas humans are supposed to chew their food just like herbivore animals does. Now let's talk about the third evidence. When a carnivore eats animal, that does not stay in his body for a very long amount of time, because the intestine in a carnivore is very short when we compare it to the herbivore animals or humans. So the meat does not stay in a carnivore for very long amount of time, and that does not even get rot in his body, and that further does not cause any illness to that. Whereas when we talk about humans, when we eat meat, that meat stays in our body for very long amount of time, because we have very long intestine. We have small intestine, we have large intestine, and that is very long in length also. So that means that the meat stays in our body and that starts to get rot within the system, and then that further causes illness also. So we are not supposed to eat the meat just like any other herbivore animals, because the intestine, the length of the intestine is also as same as that of the herbivore animals. So now let's talk about the sixth point, and it is also the last one. So are animals the real source of protein? I guess no. Plants are actually the real source of protein. I'll tell you how. what does a chicken being fed when they are in poultry farm? They are probably being fed the wheat, the other types of seeds, so which is a form of plants only. So if they are eating plants, the protein in them is all obviously coming from plants only. So in a way we are getting the protein from plants. It's just that animals are the mediators, and it is so cruel of us that we are killing them just for the sake of protein, just for the sake of food. And now let's come on the topic, why does then vegetarian diet does not have that much of protein? Because we overcook our food. To make it tasty, we cook it so much that it kills the nutrients, it kills the protein and all other minerals. So the key here is to not cook our food that much. Rather, we can just start eating some raw form of plants, like we can have sprouts. Sprouts is the ultimate source of protein. I don't think after that you will need any other source of protein for yourself. You know, you can have soybean. So there are multiple sources of protein in vegetarian diets, and if you start to have that on a regular basis, you won't be deficient of protein. So it is just media companies that has fed our minds that we are lacking protein in our vegetarian diet. It is not the case. It is just that we are ruining it ourselves. So guys, please let me know how have you liked this video. Also, I would like to recommend you a documentary that I have seen before making this video, because I had researched on this particular topic from very long, and by chance I got to go through that particular video also. I will be linking down in the description box. The name of that particular documentary is The Game Changer. So very amazing documentary. You will get to know how greatest athletes in the world have given up on the non-vegetarian diet just for the sake of good health and just for the sake of good power for their sport. So do check that video after this video, and also please मुझे बताना how have you liked this video. The comments करके मुझे बताना. I know this is the most debatable topic in the world. Do not be harsh on me, and comments में अपने point of views बताना. And if you really feel, see, I'm not just saying you to quit anything and start something. I'm not saying you. It is just the benefits of having something and the not having something. So it is your choice. Even in Bhagavad Gita, it's been written that it's been written the consequences has been written in the Bhagavad Gita. It's not that you should not be eating the non-vegetarian food. They have mentioned it. Now it's your choice. If you want to have it, then have it, and you will have to face the consequences. If you don't want to have it, then don't have it. So it's your choice, guys. Do let me know how have you liked this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.